everyone. So I'm really honored to be present here, particularly from the Wallonia region, which is in Belgium. And I represent here the company called Univercell and Amplycell, which is basically in the bioproduction technologies. These are some innovative technologies to manufacture the biologic drugs. So just to give one idea about, because most of all of you are from the healthcare related segment and you are aware about the pharmaceutical, medical devices, diagnostic, and biologics, which is a new upcoming side and growing globally and in a huge space and speed. And still it is not that much aware because we have very limited manufacturing capabilities as well as the companies in India. So several people are working on that. Out of means 5,000 total pharmaceutical companies, we are almost having the 35 companies who are working on this particular segment. And as the topic says that the innovation, particularly on the healthcare, so I would like to present on the revolutionizing the bioproduction with the innovative ways. So basically, biologics mainly contains in two parts. That is, one is the vaccines, which all of us aware, even though from the child born, we start the vaccination. There are a lot of list of vaccines. And another one is the biosimilars, which includes the monoclonal antibody and the recombinant protein. So these are two majority segments which comes under the biologics. And if you see, there are so many the issues with the vaccine. First, issues in terms of the coverage. It is not 100% covered globally because most of the time there are several parameters it is involved. Because somebody is manufacturing across the country and he is trying to supply to the globe, which is quite very difficult. So one is the distribution cost. Then second thing is the production capabilities of all these companies. So vaccine is an important segment to prevent any disease. We try to avoid the disease, particularly on the, if you see the basic vaccination, we start with the measles, mumps, rubella, and still in our countries, you will be shocked, rabies is still, which is undercovered because the production capability is not enough to take care of the rabies load. So, and there are other reasons also because the US FDA also recently shut down the operations in some Chinese companies. So rabies demand is huge in this market. Second thing, you may be heard about the oral polio vaccine. Polio is eradicated, but there is still few cases, still polio is alive. And we are working specifically with this novel technologies on the SIPV, which is basically the Sabine strain IPV, and this can be given as an injection. So this is also a growing segment and all are working on this. So these are the major growth areas, particularly on the biologic side. And just as I talk about the biologicals available and affordable to all, how we can make it available and affordable to the all human beings. Because most of the biologic drugs, if you see, the cost is not affordable to means everyone, because we are still comes under as a poor country, developing country, and even though the wages, even though the income of the people, it is not enough to take care of these sort of biologic drugs. So using this innovative technology, we can try to do that. So the old paradigm is particularly somebody manufactures in either in US or Europe, mostly the multinational companies, and they used to distribute to the across the globe. In that case also, there are priority first for their nation, then for the rest of the world. And always it is undercovered and it is not proper distributed. So the new paradigm we are talking about, which is why can't we start the local manufacturing whenever it is required? It may be Africa, it may be Europe, it may be Latin America, or any other countries. So we are talking on that multi-locations, multi-facilities, and so we can provide this sort of need and provide the healthcare to the all globe. So there are basically, the Univercell having the mission to provide the viral vaccine as well as the monoclonal antibodies and also the enzyme replacement therapies, which is mainly as an orphan drug, which is not yet, means we have worked more on this segment, but viral vaccines and monoclonal antibodies, we are working with several customer clients and all. So as I choose the topic vaccines, so viral vaccine mostly of our program and our platform, which is the innovative platform. I will come to you in the next slide. So which is funded by the Bill Melinda Gates Foundation. So initially also funding done by them, and after seeing this innovative platform, they also provide particular to eradicate specifically on the mumps and the rubella. So we are working on these programs with the Bill Melinda Gates Foundation with the several large manufacturers in the country. Even though we are getting good support from the government of India also to introduce this sort of technologies, specifically I would like to take the name of the institute, National Institute of Immunology in Delhi. So they are also thinking to why can't we start with this sort of technologies and to develop it and to make the process and give to our own manufacturers. So we are working on that. So how we can make a difference, because I'm talking innovation, and how this is going to be happen. So because, so first I will, in a nutshell, I will give the information about the Univercell. Univercell is basically the Belgium-based company having headquarters in Brussels and having two sites. One is the process development and R&D center in Gosselies, which is close to the Brussels, and another is the Nivelles, which is also 60 kilometers away from the Brussels. And we have the mission to make the biologics affordable and available to all. If you see the creation of the company in 2013 with initially with the 10 people, and now we are 140 plus people working on for the same mission. And mostly the agenda of that undersupplied vaccines we want to provide to the world, even though the biosimilars, which can be supplied with the most effective pricing to the rest of the world. So as we are talking about the innovation and our platform, so which is we are calling as a micro facility, and this facility basically, if you see the 3 chambers, and mostly first one is that the upstream part, downstream part, and the inactivation part. And this, we have a project from the Bill Melinda Gates Foundation, and we have decided to give them the SIPV vaccine, particularly with the 0.15 per dose. So currently we are reached up to looking into the capacity, it is 0.30 dose, and in the market, the pricing is $1.25 per dose. So this scale up, and we are working with the GMP module and all in Europe, particularly with the Netherlands. We are working on that, particularly in the validation point of view, even though the US FDA asked the regulatory requirements of the same, so it is in process. And overall, this facility mainly includes the culture purification, which is the innovation park. If you see the red donut sort of structure, so that is the innovative way to make it happen. Because most of the time, the surface area, we want to grow sales, and these are from the sales-driven product. So until and unless you have more cell growth, you will not get your product. Another part is the purification, because 90% of the purification is mostly depend on the various resin structure, various molecular sizes. So here also we applied the innovation to get the maximum capture of the drugs, so the loss of other things will be minimized. Then the inactivation in the 3rd chamber, which is by the heat or the fumigation, and we can get the containment and the safety, and this effective factory sort of operation you can put up with the 10 to 15 million US dollar, and this is your factory. So which we are talking about lowest footprint, so the cost-effective production, low on the capex, low on the cogs, and also the automated operations, upstream, downstream, and inactivation, everything in place, and the rapid deployment, because you can use the same facility for the other viral vaccine as well, because only the need to do the certain changes, and you are ready to go for the market. So if in traditional and conventional way, if you see the companies, mostly the MNC companies, you all are aware about these companies, and it's a complex structure because you may be heard many times somebody invested 250 million, 300 million to produce a vaccine facility in China, Asia, or somewhere in the globe. And high investment, high operational cost, high number game, and big facilities and all. But we are coming with the innovative way. We are talking about only just 1500 meters square, and you can make a factory over there, particularly using this sort of technology. So drastically reduce the cost of manufacturing, capex, opex, and you can manufacture more than, which is equivalent to the 10,000 meters square in this particular small footprint. So we currently, our projects with the Bill Melinda Gates, which we have decided to go for the travel and polio vaccine, which is 50 million doses per year. That is the production facility which we are working on it. If you see another slide, this is basically the factory layouts which we have told about. This is very flexible facility which can be modular also. You can manufacture other drugs if you have another plan. So there is no need, this should be dedicated particularly for this vaccine, or you can manufacture any other viral vaccine or also. Then, so the idea is that to provide this turnkey solution, even from the strain to the process, even the R&D also we can do a complete solution till the factory, till the manufacturing technology, which is called Neoline, and we can give the tech transfer to any manufacturer to affordability of the costing and make the biologics for everyone. So that is the core strength of the company. And as I talk on these two platforms, particularly on the viral vaccine, and another one is the monoclonal antibody. So if you see particularly the scale up, we can make the 5 to 50 million doses per year, and the monoclonal antibodies we can do the 50 to 500 kilogram per year, which is quite a huge number. And if you see the targeted costing of the capex, which is not more than the 10 million. So that is overall about this manufacturing platform technology. So key takeaways, that is the industrial production at lab scale or with the minimum footprint you can do, delivers the low cost of goods and the significantly reduction of the capex and the opex to make the facilities affordable and broadly applicable to all the viral vaccines and high containment and safety, as we are working with the US FDA also, or to have the regulatory norms and to check everything is okay, particularly as per their norm, and everything should be followed. So this is about the Univercells and the Neoline technology. So thank you very much. I am really happy to see here, because I only know the one person, that Manish here, because mostly we are from the manufacturing and particularly healthcare, yes, but manufacturing is always in the dark side, because most of the time other people are ahead. So thank you very much for inviting us. And if you have any innovative idea, I'm really good with the connections, particularly in Europe. If you have any innovative thoughts to work on it, please share with me. I'm here available till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. So I'm happy to present and guide you on that particular program. Thank you very much.